Sure, Mali. Firstly, thank you for joining us for this interview. We're here, just the order of the day. We're here to talk about the kid,
Yeah.
this great kid, and a big part of the kid in the sense that it's going to be different from the other kids. This one's going to have 2 stars. So talk to me about that feeling of the pride. I'm sure the pride that you have to be part of that generation.
Yeah.
That brought the second star that the team has been trying for a long time to get.
Firstly, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for having me. About the new jersey, it's different. We have 2 stars now. It's not only for the club, but it's for the country. I think for our generation, I think it motivates us to get more. It gives us that. I don't know how to say it, but it gives us that motive to get more, win more trophies. Anything is possible. The guys showed us that anything is possible, I think. And about the jersey, it's going to be different. So obviously the jersey is going to be a bit heavier, but we're going to try and work around it, carry it, maybe get the third star. Yeah. So we're working on that.
On the appearance of the jersey, Sundowns has this, or some of the criticism that is said is that maybe a lot of the jerseys look similar. What have been your thoughts on this new jersey, which to me looks different to what's been done before?
They've been saying our jersey looks similar, but I think now it's, I don't know, a bit different.
It looks different.
What's different? I think obviously the colors are still the same, but the designs are different now. It has a different what is this flair, new generation. It has a 2-star. I'm working on the 3rd star now. So I think maybe that's the difference that people are gonna see. It's different from others.
And that journey of getting the 2nd star, from the outside for us, we can only speculate on what it's like to go on the continent and to play. How different is that to playing, for example, in the PSL matches? What was that journey like, especially towards the final?
Obviously, our journey was really difficult in the Premier League. Going into the Champions League, it kind of like motivated us. It gave us that drive to say, we finished our Premier League games. Everything is finished, so we're only focusing on the Champions League. What's done is done, so we must focus on the final. So I think that's what have been driving us and what's have been motivating us to win the final.
What was, in your opinion, between the previous years? Because Sundowns has come close. You guys were finalists last year. You guys were semi-finalists. What was the difference this year that the team had that extra push?
I think the difference, I think it was because of maybe we finished playing league matches earlier, and I think it gave us more time to prepare. We had maybe a week and a half so to prepare for ourselves for the final. The traveling made us a bit, kind of problematic, but I think we didn't put that in our heads in distraction or what, but I think the preparation was top since from day one after the match, after the TS Galaxy match. It was sort of like it gave us that oomph, to go to that final game and finish on a high note. So I think that's the difference between the previous seasons and this season.
Was there any motivation from the fact that the league title had been gone now?
It happened, and we still had the chance. So to win the league while staying at home and not doing anything. And going into this game, we had 2 advantages: to win the league and to win the trophy, the final CAF. So I think that gave us that, that drive, that push to at least get that one trophy that we always worked for and always came close to winning. So I think that pushed us a lot, to try and get that second star.
Kati khuluma manje, you touched a bit on the new generation, and you are part of the new generation at Sundowns. So the jersey that we are celebrating and we're launching is a throwback to an older jersey.
Yeah.
For you to be part of that, so part of this team, this new generation, first of all, that has brought the second star.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you, considering the culture of Sundowns?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot, obviously. Firstly, I'm from Mamelodi. I grew up in Mamelodi, and I played for Mamelodi Sundowns for my whole life, So it means a lot. I'm representing my hood. I'm representing the people from the hood, the young ones, also the older ones, So it means a lot to carry this jersey, and as a new generation to, start the journey again, winning more trophies. So
when you were growing up like in Mamelodi, who were the players that you looked up to, that you were like, maybe one day if I make it as a pro bowler, like these are the players I want to emulate?
I've always looked up to Bongani Zungu. They say we look alike, we play alike. I was once a midfielder.
You're a midfielder.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been always like looking up to him and how he moves. How he does things outside the field, inside the field. So I think that's the person.
Then how does the centre back move happen? Because you're a midfielder, and maybe we can tell a bit, because you're very comfortable on the ball.
Yeah,
that's your playing style.
Firstly, like you're saying now, I'm comfortable on the ball. It happened when I got to the first team. The midfielder is stacked by quality players. So it's like sort of like a bit of a challenge for me to play. But the coach believed in my talent. It believed in my abilities. So he said, Coach Mangoba, he said, I must, if I want to play more, I must start at the back because I'm more comfortable in how we are playing as a Sundowns club. We start at the back, and we need more of your comfortability from the back going forward. So that's how I became a centre back.
Tell me a bit more about Coach Mangoba's influence, because it's someone who can be, sometimes I feel like from the outside maybe you misunderstand him, but the influence that he's had on you.
Firstly, he's a father figure. He's a father to everyone. I think he plays a big role in coaching and understanding the player. He plays a very big role. He understands his players, and he understands. And you have to understand him also, of what he wants as you're playing for him. So all in all, I think he's a very good guy. He's very good in coaching. He's very good in everything. So I think from the outside looking and saying and judging the kind of person he is, he's like a father figure to everyone, Yeah.
Like the players that are like big brothers to you. You've come in, you've been promoted. You're centre back. It's a team that is used to winning. It's a team that has so much experience.
I wouldn't like everyone is a big brother to me. Like everyone, like from Grant, from Williams, from Mukwena. I can name them all. Zuko, Jody. There's so many guys who are like behind me. They are like. They're like big brothers to me. They always motivate me, guide me in terms of inside the field, outside the field, life situation, everything. They will guide me. They will tell me how to, move in terms of like, sometimes how things go inside the field, how you must handle things inside the field. So they play a very big role. That's why like most of the time, young players who are coming from the youth team in the Sundowns institution, they always like go up. They always skyrocket because the motivation they get. We are very privileged to have them.
And I want to ask that, how is it to be a Sundowns product? You're growing up into a team that is incredibly successful, where winning is the only thing that is discussed. What has that been like for someone who's been here for all your life, like you said?
How would I explain it? Coming from the youth team, being here all my life, it feels amazing, man, because you grew up like also wanting to play for the first team, and from the youth team to the first team, it's kind of like it's the same thing. It's a transition from being young to a man, things like that. So in a way, I'd say if like you've been in that institution, I think you can play for any team in the PSL. So I think that's one thing that has been like really like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
No, when you make your debut, first of all, when do you know that you're going to be making your debut? If you can still remember, who do you tell?
I mean, they'll always prepare you. They'll tell you maybe from the preseason side. Like they'll always tell you that you must be prepared. You must know that at any given day you start, you'll play, you'll get your debut. So maybe 3 games before, you know that okay, in these 3 games I'm gonna make my debut, and you must be ready as a player. Always be ready.
And when you look back on that debut for yourself, how's the feeling? I mean, it's a lifelong dream. Like, your family is also happy. You're also happy. But what was the feeling when you eventually made the debut?
When I eventually made the debut, it was a different moment. I think I wouldn't describe that feeling. It's an amazing feeling. Every young player coming from the youth team, they always want to play for the first team, and coming from the youth and getting your debut, it's a kind of feeling that everyone wants to feel. I'm never gonna forget that day. Also my debut in the CAF Champions League, scored in my first game, first touch. So it was a different feeling.
You come into a team that has probably one of the most iconic centre backs that we have in the country.
Yeah.
We had Grant Kekana, we had Umutobi Mvale. You know how long those guys have been, and you know how good they are. Now, I'm curious to know, Guti, as someone coming in behind them, is it pressure to come in behind them, or is it motivating to see these guys doing so well? For you, what was the approach to that situation?
Oh, it's pretty much like motivating, because you always looked up to these people. It's always like a privilege to play with the older guys, the experienced guys. I've always wanted to play with Grant, Toby, Lebusa, Rivaldo. I can name them all. And I've played with them, so I think it motivates you as a player. To kind of like, I want to play with this player one day. I want to play with who and who. Now everyone is there. Now that you're playing with them, it's a different feeling.
Oh, there was never a fear. I know young players, when they come in, you always think about the fact that, okay, in terms of playing time, what's going to happen? Was there ever a fear of,
No, I never had that fear. I never had that fear of like, am I gonna play? Am I gonna? No. It was, when I get my chance, I'm gonna excel. I'm gonna do well. And if I don't get my chance, I always stick behind and motivate the guys. That was always my motive, and my like. I'd say maybe, I don't know, man. But yeah.
What are some of the conversations that these guys have had with you? I'm sure you're coming in as a young player, they're giving you advice. And what would you say has been the best advice you've received from a Sundowns teammate since Ufigela?
Best advice? Tough one. Let me see. From the guys from Grand Kekana, you'll always tell me that your time is always coming. Like, there's asikiskati singafiki. Yabo. So just, if you're waiting, wait. Your time will come, and you will do well, you will excel, you will go far. That's the best advice I've ever received from my teammate.
Do you have a highlight? I know your career has only started and there's so many more great things to happen. But do you have a highlight now that you look back so far in your career like, this is the moment? You mentioned the debut goal. You mentioned, actually you have many highlights. You mentioned the CAF Champions League.
Yeah.
What's the highlight?
I mean, the highlight is always going to be the bigger one, the Champions League, Even though sitting outside, it felt like I was inside,
Yeah.
Wonderful moments. The saves from Ronza, goal, Mukwena's goal. My guy. It was amazing because the stadium was quiet after we scored.
It went quiet.
No one. They were fighting by themselves there, and we knew that the game is over now. We're taking this home.
Do you feel so accepted defeat? Because there's things that happen in the game where
Yeah, they accepted defeat in the first half. The time we scored the goal, it was finished. We almost got the second one. Lebu Mutiba and who's that? Jaden. It was finished because we got more chances, and we were coming. Mukwena was grinding on them. He was making sure that every duel he wins. So I think also the support from the outside, it was amazing. We're pushing the guys.
I mean, you play with these guys. You train with these guys every day.
Yeah.
You spoke about Ronza. You spoke about Tebza. What makes these guys special when you on a day-to-day basis? What is it that they're doing that other players somewhere might not be doing?
I don't think it's what you're doing, but I think it's your mindset as a person, what you want in life. Obviously, I wouldn't know everything that they do behind the scenes, but they're always on time, always in the gym. They're always focused. They know what they want in life. So I think that's that. That's what pushed them always, and they've always known what they wanted, which is like winning the bigger thing, which is winning the second star.
You're still only 22. There's still so much more coming. What are some of your personal ambitions? Just as Uma Lebong, this is something I still have on my bucket list.
Yeah, things that I have in my bucket list. Obviously, to come back in the team. That's the first thing. Win all the South African trophies, the MTN, and what is this, Black Label, and all of them. Then, obviously, getting the third star. Then, I don't know, go overseas.
Yeah?
Yeah,
play overseas.
Still on the cards, still on,
You mentioned,
pending.
Sorry, you mentioned getting back into the team as a young player. There's a perception outside the field.
After winning the small-sided game, you take a photo there and you post on Instagram. They always fight for that. So, I mean, the competition is very high.
How much does that improve you as a player, that you feel?
Winning mentality. It puts you in a state of winning. Puts you, I don't know. It gives you that edge to always want to win. That's it.
I always ask players this. Who so far is the toughest player that you've come across?
Toughest player?
Yeah, the centre back. You're like, no, this one gave me problems.
Oh, you mean opponents?
Yeah, opponent. Yeah.
Who's the striker? No. He played for. What is this? He played for Makesi. Now he's playing for Stellenbosch.
Wonderboy.
Wonderboy
is problematic.
Wonderboy, I think that's the only player I would say, okay, he gave me problems.
What is it about Wonderboy that makes him so difficult to stop?
He's everywhere. He wins every ball in there.
And he's a big guy.
It's quick. Yeah, can hold the ball, It's very difficult to play against strikers in Jalo. So, yeah, I'd say that's the player that gave me problems, But then, yeah.
Okay, I think I've kept you longer than I should have. So we'll wrap it up.
It happened, and we still had the chance. So to win the league while staying at home and not doing anything. And going into this game, we had two advantages: to win the league and to win the trophy, the final cap. So I think that gave us that, that drive, that push to at least get that one trophy that we like always worked for and always came close to winning. So I think that pushed us a lot, to try and get that second star.
Katukuluma manje, you touched a bit on the new generation, and you are part of the new generation at Sundowns. So the jersey that we are celebrating and we're launching is a throwback to an older jersey.
Yeah.
For you to be part of that, so part of this team, this new generation, first of all, that has brought the second star.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you, considering the culture of Sundowns?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot, obviously. Firstly, I'm from Mamelodi. I grew up in Mamelodi, and I played for Mamelodi Sundowns for my whole life, So it means a lot. I'm representing my hood. I'm representing the people from the hood, the young ones, also the older ones, So it means a lot to carry this jersey, and as a new generation to, start the journey again, winning more trophies. So
when you were growing up like in Mamelodi, who were the players that you looked up to, that you were like, maybe one day if I make it as a pro bowler, like these are the players I want to emulate?
I've always looked up to Bongani Zungu. They say we look alike, we play alike. I was once a midfielder.
You're a midfielder.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been always like looking up to him and how he moves. How he does things outside the field, inside the field. So I think that's the person.
Then how does the centre back move happen? Because you're a midfielder, and maybe we can tell a bit because you're very comfortable on the ball.
Yeah,
that's your playing style.
Firstly, like you're saying now, I'm comfortable on the ball. It happened when I got to the first team. The midfielder is stacked by quality players. So it's like sort of like a bit of a challenge for me to play. But the coach believed in my talent. It believed in my abilities. So he said, Coach Mangoba, he said, I must, if I want to play more, I must start at the back because I'm more comfortable in how we are playing as a Sundowns club. We start at the back and we need more of your comfortability from the back going forward. So that's how I became a centre back.
So tell me a bit more about Coach Mangoba's influence, because it's someone who can be sometimes, I feel like from the outside maybe you misunderstand him, but the influence that he's had on you.
Firstly he's a father figure. He's a father to everyone. I think he plays a big role in coaching and understanding the player. He plays a very big role. He understands his players, and he understands. And you have to understand him also, of what he wants as you're playing for him. So all in all, I think he's a very good guy. He's very good in coaching. He's very good in everything. So I think from the outside looking and saying and judging the kind of person he is like a father figure to everyone,